This year is very exciting, super open, everyone can win, and it's truly pushing all of the sport really in the right direction.
2025 is going to be about survival. Someone who's not scared to put on a backpack and head out in the hills for a long old day. And I think we're going to see a couple of stories evolve that we haven't seen in a couple of years now.
You want to see people tired at the end of the day, you want to see some dramas. And hopefully some really exciting racing.
I think that's why people love it, because you're out there with your bike and you're testing both yourself and it to the very limit. I think who deals with that mentally and physically is going to come out this year triumphant.
So we'll start nice and easy. Can you describe enduro in 3 words?
That's not that easy.
Only free stuff.
Adventure, racing.
Enduro is fun.
Fun.
Bikes are class, easy.
Fun, long, intense.
Enduro is
The ultimate test.
the ultimate test.
It's exactly what Josh said.
Is it? It's what Josh Carlson said. I'll change that. No, do you know what? It is the ultimate test. I genuinely believe that.
It's the ultimate form of mountain bike riding. You ride to the top of the biggest hill you can find and you race your buddies back down. That was sick. Let's go to the top of that hill, back down that one, in some of the most epic locations we have anywhere in the world.
Enduro encapsulates the adventure side of mountain biking more than anything else. I think that's why people love it, because you're out there with your bike and you're testing both yourself and it to the very limit.
The UCI Enduro World Cup is the highest level of enduro mountain bike racing, bringing together the world's best riders to compete on the toughest terrain across the globe. Enduro is a unique format that combines the speed and skill of downhill racing with the fitness and strategy of cross-country. Riders face multiple timed downhill stages linked by untimed uphill transfers they must complete within a set time limit, or else face penalties or disqualification. An all-day battle where only the strongest, smartest and most fearless rise to the top. This is where champions are made and where the world's best mountain biker is crowned.
Cross-country, downhill are tests of very specific skill sets within mountain biking. But the overall package, the overall test, right down to can you fix your own bike, is enduro.
Nope.
If you look at the people who've won enduros, they all fit that bill. They are all the best mountain bikers in the world.
Enduro is all about being versatile, being able to manage every single aspect of mountain bike riding that gets thrown at you. It's a game of endurance, it's a game of speed, skill, technique, tactics. Someone who's not scared to put on a backpack and head out in the hills for a long old day.
So I think an enduro rider needs to have a little bit of everything. They've got to have endurance fitness, they've got to have some really fast, powerful sprints as well. It's also got to have a little bit of a thought process around how to be efficient. So how to carry their energy well, how to fuel themselves well, how to choose the components on their bike to last over the course of the day but not be super slow for pedaling. I feel like you've got to have your head screwed on and also be a fantastic all-round bike rider.
This year we're seeing the return of the 2-dayers, and I think it's really cleverly done that they are going to feature but not be the rule, because that's going to split the pack. And I think who deals with that mentally and physically is going to come out this year triumphant.
The Enduro of 2025 is shaping up to be something that we used to have back in 10 years ago when I was racing. Feels like a long time ago now, but it's a bit more adventure, a bit more longer days, a bit more of a battle to finish. It's going to suit more of a mature rider, someone who's been there, done that, has a great bike setup to manage all of these different conditions. Gone are the days of just stuffing your pockets with a gel and a water bottle and hoping for the best. 2025 is going to be about survival, which I think is great. It's fun for the riders, it's fun for the audience, and I think we're going to see a couple of stories evolve that we haven't seen in a couple of years now, which is cool.
The 2025 season lineup brought familiar faces, but now plenty of new young guns with them, fighting for the top spot.
There's a couple of big dogs that are missing from our 2025. They've evolved into downhill. Our world champions of Alex Rudeau and Isabeau Corduria are not doing a full schedule. Someone like Richie Rude's moved on to downhill in 25. Hattie Harnden was the biggest battle with Isabeau the last couple of seasons. Now she's gone to downhill. So now who's left? Who's here to pick up the pieces?
With both reigning champions taking a sidestep for the 2025 UCI Enduro World Cup season, this made room for some new faces ready to fight for the podium spots.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when I heard that he wasn't going to be racing all the Enduros. I mean, Richie's got probably 4 titles now, so maybe it's time for someone else to have a go. So I think it's going to be pretty good racing, and it's going to be hard to predict.
Heading up the enduro side of Specialized Gravity was Kiwi Charlie Murray. 2024 saw him join the ranks of UCI World Cup winners, but with a new team set up for 2025, he was hungry for his second top spot.
My main goal for 2025 is to improve on my results from 2024. And at every race, I'd like to feel like I'm in a position where I'm close to the top or fighting for the top steps. And if I'm in that position, then I'll be happy. You can't control every race. There's mechanicals, crashes, things sometimes don't go your way. So I'm not going to get too bent out of shape over the results. But if I know that my level is high enough to fight for that top spot, I'll be happy.
I think mountain biking is becoming increasingly full of what in football you'd call player managers. People who are racing, competing themselves, but also trying to manage the team. And I think that takes a very specific personality.
This year is really exciting. We've got a young girl, Winnie Goldsberry, who's joined us from New Zealand. She's our development rider, and she's full of energy, just wants to ride all the time. So we're really lucky to have her bringing that vibe to the team.
My goal was originally to make it through more World Cups than I did last year, which was a pretty low bar, just make it through 2. But I'd like to try and stay top 10 for the season. That would be great. And just have as much fun as I can riding my bike.
I wanted to bring Winnie on board. That was kind of my choice, and I lobbied for her to be part of the team because I knew if I was helping share my experience with her and teach her stuff, it would be really rewarding for me and also motivate me to race better myself.
Charlie's been teaching me so much, and like he's got all this knowledge about everything, even like nutrition and stuff. Like he knows so much stuff about that, and just learning from him is so interesting.
I have not a crush, but I bought Charlie Murray in London one day £42 worth of snacks to last us an hour-and-a-half long television broadcast, and he consumed every last crumb of that. We then went for a beer afterwards, where he bought a sharing platter of food for the 2 of us and consumed that, and then stood up and told me he was going to meet a friend for dinner. So my admiration for Charlie Murray comes out of a point of gastronomic respect. The man can eat, and I respect that.
And with a Richie Rude-sized hole in the Yeti Fox factory racing team, it was Sławomir Lukasik who looked to prove himself worthy of Rude's throne. 4 UCI World Cup podiums, 2 Polish national champions titles. His moment could be now.
For the past few years, Enduro has been our focus, and we've been lucky enough to be at the top of that. So this year, with Richie transitioning out to DH, Slav is next in line.
Pretty great 2024 season. How do you feel it went for you?
Yeah, it was an amazing season. I'm really happy that I achieved the 2nd overall place in the world. I really want to be the best in one race and win it. Like, this is my dream, and I really want to do it.
Jesse Melamed was back, the 2022 overall champion, ready to rediscover the winning pace that had eluded him since 2023.
What are the goals for 2025 then?
Well, the goals are to win. Yeah, for sure. At least I just want to win a race. I just want to show that I found the speed again and can be back on top.
Jesse has that just raw pace and making it up as he goes along, and it is very controlled, but through him it's a very expressive form of riding. And often when I first started doing end of stage interviews, it was a very expressive interview as well. It's very high energy, he's very sort of effusive, and I like that in a sports person.
I feel as good as I ever have. I mean, I won't say that like I'm gonna win everything, but I just feel good and I'm happy to go racing.
The hunt for that elusive UCI World Cup win continued for Cannondale's Ella Connolly. 7 World Cup podiums, but she was still searching for that breakthrough victory on the World Cup stage.
My 2024 season was the most consistent season I've ever had. I wanted a bit more. I want to win some races, so I had a few podiums which I was really happy with, but I'm aiming for the top step. I really want to show people that riding bikes is enjoyable and welcoming. I think especially for women, I would love to be the reason that somebody wants to ride a bike.
What is your relationship to Ella Connolly?
Well, she's my wife, and also she's my teammate. It's really good. Like, we basically ride every day of the year together. We're constantly like looking for ways of getting better at what we do. She used to be the one that was always third, so I think being always second is a great step forward, hopefully towards being always first.
The goal for 2025 is to win as many races as possible. It's scary saying that. Yeah.
Simona Kunkova, just 21, a rising star from Slovakia. She joins Winifred Goldsbury as the new kids on the block, 2 first-year elites stepping up to face the very best.
I was coming to 2024 with goal to win overall championship in U21. From the start of season, I was on every single race on a podium, which was like pretty sick. In the end, I became the overall champion. And I think it was like kind of like a ticket to like pro team. When I signed with Cube, I was like so happy, and it was my dream like since ever. My goal for this season is to do as good as I can. I would just try to learn as much as I can, and I want to enjoy it. I'm just living my life and my dream, so yeah, we'll see what 2025 has in store.
The UCI Enduro World Cup returned in 2025. Faster, tougher and more unpredictable than ever. The journey began on the rugged coast of Petra, Italy, before heading to the dark and technical forest of Bielsko-Biała in Poland. From there, the tour dove into the raw alpine terrain of Ludenvielle, France, and the fast, rugged stages of Leogang in Austria. Riders then faced a double shot of Italian intensity, first on the fan favourite Val di Fassa, and then a long-awaited return to La Tuile, a legendary venue known for its brutally steep trails. The season finale landed in Morillon, France, a brand new stop where fresh tracks and potentially title-deciding points promised a dramatic finish. The stage is set. 7 rounds, Europe's wildest terrain, the champions were to be decided.
I think one of the toughest races this year will always be Petra.
Just from my own experience of riding course previews, I just think that's a hard place to ride bikes. It has a whole romance and it's all lovely and gelato, and it's hard. It's really, really hard. It hurts your hands, it hurts your back. All the trails are so rough. For me, that would be the one I would say is seriously, seriously hard.
This year we're seeing a return for Enduro to some of those classic venues. We're seeing the return of these 2-day races. We're seeing 2 days of training, less shuttling, less lifts being used. So I think we're going to see the riders that have got that all-round fitness and skill come back out into play.
Ludenvielle for me is just an almost perfect venue in that It's the tech stuff you ride in the UK, but there's 4 times as much of it. It just keeps going down. There's a stage there, Dolmans, which is just some of the best riding you can do.
Valdefassa is sick. Why wouldn't you want to race in Valdefassa? Valdefassa is one of the most iconic enduro locations of all time. So why wouldn't you want to race in Italy, in the Dolomites? It's in between rounds. As we go through, we've got a couple of classics like La Tuile. La Tuile has been on the calendar in 14, 16, 18, and 21. No doubt it's going to be back with a vengeance in 2025.
Yeah, the night stage is going to be really interesting because I don't think it's ever been done before in enduro. I'm not sure how prepared they're going to be, how much chance they're going to get, have they got their own lights? I don't know, there's going to be lots of questions around, I guess, how this goes. But again, a very kind of natural mountain bike playground, I would say.
As racers descended upon Petra Liguri to launch their 2025 campaign, the start line also saw the return of reigning champions Harriet Harnden and Richie Rude, back for one more statement ride.
Yeah, 2024 was a great year, coming off a 2023 championship.
Richie Rude Jr. from Yeti Racing Team!
It felt really good to win again. It was just really satisfying, and obviously I've done really well with enduro, and just having that whole, I guess, legacy and everything with kind of being the most successful with it, that definitely helped, like, making it easier to move on, but I guess there's still things like I wanted to do.
2024 is the best season I've ever had. 6 races, 4 podiums, 2 4th places. It was very, very consistent, and coming out on top was very special. I still kind of pinch myself when I think about it. I mean, it is sad not to try and defend your title because everyone wants to try and show everyone they're still the best.
And just like that, it was day 1 of practice here in Petra Liguri. For the first time since 2018, we saw a return to 2-day racing, ready to test racers' limits to their very maximum.
We're in the pits. It's the morning of first day of practice. Not new forever, but new this year is that we're bringing back 2-day racing, so no shuttles. So it's actually, I think everyone's a little bit nervous because it's been a while since we had to do so many big days in a row. I know that I can do it, but once Sunday afternoon comes, I think I'm gonna be pretty tired. You guys love me, don't you?
One of the things I think always gets lost in enduro is that you got to practice everything. You can't ride anything blind. So if it's a 2-day race, you've got to practice for 2 days before that. That's not now a story about one big race day. That's 4 big days in a row. And I think who deals with that mentally and physically is going to come out this year triumphant.
Stage 1 was pretty epic. It's a long, long stage, 5 kilometers of trail, 1,000 meters of descending, but it's really nice riding. Just flows pretty well, constant corners, so all about carrying speed, and yeah, I enjoyed it today. We'll see about tomorrow.
2-day racing, how are you feeling for that?
I'm excited for 2-day racing. Yeah, it feels like back to enduro roots. People are a little bit more prepared for those individual races, so they're like really ready to push. But I think these 2-day races will then separate the field again.
In a way, it feels like it's a little bit new again because I think for the last few years, there's been this shift towards the more gravity-fed stages, and now suddenly we're seeing climbs in stages. People are like, whoa, So I think we'll get to see who's prepared well for this, who's put the thought into their equipment, who's put thought into their training.
Feeling good. Yeah. Pressure is on to have the Richie on the back.
Is there a friendly rivalry between you guys?
Yeah, that's for sure.
A little greasy up there, especially up top, so that'll be interesting tomorrow, especially if it rains a bit overnight. Definitely a hard track, blows up the hands quite a bit.
That's for sure.
But yeah, good times.
At this first round in Petra, I think Hattie will be a force to be reckoned with. Morgan Shah as well. And then There are so many young riders coming up. Yeah, the field's going to look a bit new, I think, this year, but that's exciting.
I'm so excited to eat gelato. That's why I came, for the gelato, not here for the bike, nah.
I met Winnie Goldsberry in Combloux, and this girl is having so much fun on the bike. And I was like so serious, and she was like just having fun, and she was winning. And I was like, what the hell? Then she came to me, she was like so positive like all the time. She was like, hey, I'm Winnie Goldsberry, I'm from New Zealand. And I was like, wow, like we are rivals, you know, like we are not meant to be like talking like this. And then like something like changed in me. Yeah, I just want to be like her, and I just really want to like have fun on a bike.
I'm so excited. I know it's going to be really good, and even if it rains a bit, the dirt will probably be better. So either way, we're going to have a great time.
The wait was over. Round 1 had arrived in Petra Liguri. Rugged trails, unpredictable weather, and the reigning champions back on the start line. The stage was set, and the hunt for glory had begun.
I'm excited. I've got that slightly nervous anticipation that I think everyone will have to see if your winter training has kind of paid off.
I think it'll be a really good battle, and so you really have to be on the ball as soon as you leave that start gate.
For me this weekend, it's going to be finding a flow and, yeah, putting the power down. I think we can expect good racing, good trails. I think it's going to be wow.
Brutal. Everyone's chasing that win. Everyone wants that leader's jersey, that #1 plate.